Shedeur Sanders gets brother's four-word message after Kevin Stefanski leaves Browns QB in the shadows. It's been almost 3 months since Shedeur Sanders saw that unexpected draft fall to the 144th pick and move to the Cleveland Browns. Even though it was a journey filled with unprecedented lows and gut-wrenching setbacks, we always saw that ripe smile on the former Buffs QB's face. Even when it involved giving the first round of interviews in the NFL or his streams, Shedeur showed unfazed grit and resilience. Moreover, now that he is in Cleveland, waiting for his turn behind 3 QBs in the room, the same grit is showing. And guess who's come in his support? His eldest brother. Shedeur Sanders arrived at the Browns camp in May and straight away went to answer questions, sign autographs, and expressed his desire to explore the city. The decisions were quite well thought out, as the guy wanted to connect the team and the culture around. Moreover, when the OTAs showed up in spring, Shedeur didn't leave a stone unturned to impress the coaches. Shedeur Sanders did impress in the spring, like he was willing to throw the ball in a tight window. He was accurate, said ESPN's Jeremy Fowler about Shedeur's spring camp. However, despite going for 41-53 with 9 touchdowns, the trajectory to become QB1 was still quite far away. Why? Ahead of Shedeur stood veteran QBs like Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and recently drafted Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. So when training camp arrived on 24th July, Shedeur was reportedly relegated to the practice squad. Now, in a recent press conference, when Shedeur was asked about the relegation and lack of snaps with the first team, the QB had a humble answer. "I don't think that's my place to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control, so I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is," said Shedeur. For Shedeur, the focus still lay on concentrating on what he was given and making the most of the opportunity, as he said. "We came all the way from an HBCU to a Power 5, and now we're here. So at this point, if you look, there's nothing that's a challenge, I would say," declared Shedeur. Moreover, the QB has now also received support from his elder brother, Dion Jr., who shared his interview video on his well-off media account and praised the QB in 4 words, "Great response, young king." Surely the response was humbly subtle and showcases how Shedeur has matured not just as a player, but also as a person. As for those reps, Wednesday was the first day that the Browns team practiced and had 11-on-11 drills. In that, we saw Flacco and Pickett taking first-team reps. Then on Thursday, we saw the duo again taking first-team reps. Moreover, on Friday, Gabriel also split first-team reps with the 2 QBs, but with no sign of Shedeur. Despite these odds and unfavorable conditions, the QB looks determined to perform, and that's probably the reason why he will emerge as one of the best QBs in the NFL. Still, what are the Browns planning to do with Shedeur with 4 QBs in the room? Shedeur Sanders not in Browns QB coach's plans. So far, the former Buffs QB has worked with the third-team offense, with 1 session with the second team. Furthermore, reports suggested that he had to throw to equipment staff members due to a lack of WRs. The individual drill sessions have also been scarce for Shedeur, although it hasn't bothered him. "It doesn't really faze me," said the QB. Moreover, complicating the future of Shedeur, the QB's coach, Bill Musgrave, also omitted Shedeur from his plans. "I don't know if there'll be any earth-shattering or earth-shaking changes in the second week of camp. I think it'll be a lot more of the same. All 4 guys are really making good progress, and offensive coordinator Tommy Rees and Kevin are doing a great job of getting everybody their looks," said the QB's coach when asked how the Week 2 camp would look. "Can't promise any changes to the rotation going into Monday. Even Kevin Stefanski said the same." With no changes coming, according to Musgrave, Shedeur seems set to remain with the third or occasionally second-team offense for the time being. So the road ahead looks tougher for the Browns QB4, but with time, it's expected that Shedeur will start getting those first-team reps and probably make a solid case to become at least the QB2 on the team.